Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, there he is. I was wondering where he's at. What's up, man? I couldn't hear you, Jeff, so I can't hear you.
Won't go unless that makes you so mad. And I'm so confused. Hey, switch it all off and the lights go black. And I feel so used. And it's working through my mind cause I want you back. Take it all away. Take the pain and the sorrow. Take it all away. Need a brand new tomorrow. Take it all away. I'm the girl that I once knew. Take it. Don't know what to do. Take it all away. Heal the wounds that are so deep. Take it all away. All the promises I couldn't keep. Take it all away. I don't wanna be without you. Take it. Cause I never meant to hurt you. Love is priceless. Sometimes darkness. And if you make it, might be timeless. So sad I guess it's a fineness. And all I know is now I'm loveless. Now I'm loveless. Take it all away. Take the pain and the sorrow. Take it all away. Make a brand new tomorrow. Take it all away. I'm the man that you once knew. Take it. Don't know what to do. Take it all away. All the marks that are so deep. Take it all away. All the promises I couldn't keep. Take it all away. I don't wanna be without you. Take it. Cause I never meant to hurt you.
Hey, this is J-Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Eskow.
Looking for the inside track on everything sports? You've come to the right place. Welcome to Sports World Radio, the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet with your hosts, Jeff Eskow and Elliot Big E Lomba.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Glad y'all could be here today. Lots and lots to get to. As you can see, we got a special guest in studio with me hanging out today. We're going to have a lot of fun. Also, to let everybody know, we have Jim Wyatt from TitansOnline.com coming in at the 6:45 hour to talk to us about Titans football. Jim Wyatt from Titans Online. He's the senior writer editor for Titans Online. He's going to come on and talk to us about some Titans football, so get ready for that. Glad you all could be with us. We took off yesterday, and I forgot to tell everybody on Friday and Saturday that we were doing it. Elliot's son had a recital that Elliot wanted to go and hang out with and spend some time with his family, so we took yesterday off, and that was that, because we are family-oriented here on Sports World Radio, and family always comes first as far as I'm concerned. We're back and better than ever today here on the Tuesday edition of Sports World Radio. Going to be a lot of fun. This show is brought to you by or sponsored by ProfessionalRecordingStudioEquipment.com. Head on over to ProfessionalRecordingStudioEquipment.com and get all of your equipment that you need to sound professional on Blab, on your podcasts, anywhere like that. That's ProfessionalRecordingStudioEquipment.com. Don't forget to follow us and like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. That's Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Don't forget about Twitter at Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. This show each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. If you live in the Central, figure it out for yourself on SportsWorldRadio.com, on the Blab channel, and, of course, on Blab itself. With all the particulars out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Elliot, a Big E, a Lamba. What's going on there, buddy boy? How you doing, pal?
What's up, Jeff? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
And there's another Jeff. I got a Jeff squared going on in the box over there.
Jefes.
You got dos jefes in the house
Dos
today.
jefes.
Why you just have one when you can have two?
That's right. As my buddy Jeff is in the house hanging out in the studio, I was getting ready to run in the house to go and do something really quick, and he just kind of showed up in the backyard. I was like, "Whoa, hey, how you doing, Jeff?"
If it's anywhere I know how to get to, it's the Sports World Radio studio. Okay?
Good, because I wouldn't know how to get there.
He knows how to get. He's been here many times.
I landed in San Diego this morning. I say, "Mom, take me home." I put my bags up and say, "I'll be back." Headed to the studio.
There you go.
First stop.
First stop.
That's loyalty.
How about that?
That's a
First
sports
stop,
fan. That's
right
a
there.
Sports fan.
Big sports fan.
So I was like, hey, Jeff, are you sitting in with us today? He's like, heck yeah, I'm here. How long is it? I go, 2 hours. I go, yeah. So
whatever,
he's
right?
here.
Why
Yeah.
am I sitting there with your bear poop in the woods?
So yeah, we're gonna have some fun today with Jeff, El Jefe Squared, and Elliot today.
El Jefe squared and Big E.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun today. We got some people hanging out in the room. Of course, Inky is here. Christoph is here. Brett is in the house, and of course, our good friend Christine hanging out with us.
Hey, Christine, what's
well.
up, everybody? Hi, Inky.
So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun today. Lots and lots to get to. We missed yesterday's show, so basically, we're gonna treat today's show as yesterday's show, except we're gonna sneak in an interview today at 6:45.
It's a time warp.
With Jim Wyatt from Tennessee, from Titans Online. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hey, the guy emailed me back today and says, "Yeah, I can come on the show today, so why not stick him in, right?"
Got no problem with that.
That's right. So we're gonna have some fun with that. So get ready for that. So tell all your Tennessee Titan friends and fans and come on over to the show. I know there's not many of them. Yeah, send them all on over.
All four of them.
All four of them.
If that.
We'll see. Hey, what's going on there, buddy?
Ooh, hey, not much, man. 6:08 here on the East Coast. I'm just gonna jump right into my little weather report as I do every day. 76 degrees. I tell you what, today was one of those days that made me remember why I moved to Florida. Okay.
I bet.
It was nothing but blue skies, sunshine, and a very cool spring-like breeze. Okay.
Right.
I mean, I was in heaven. I went outside a few times today. I don't usually do that, but I did.
Look at Christine says, is that Jeff's guilty conscience sitting on his shoulder? No, that's my buddy Jeff. I've known Jeff. How long have I known you, man?
Well, I guess I've been called worse.
Yeah, you have been called worse.
Who's this gal?
Yeah, she's a good friend of Sports World
Not
Radio.
who's that good-looking fella in the studio with you, but
yeah. I've known. How long have we known each other?
20 at least.
Yeah, at least 20 years. So yeah, we've known each other a long time. I'm the one who messed up his knee before he went into the Army, so the Army can fix it for him.
Yeah, he blew my ACL out at the beach, or at least he was there.
Yeah. No, I did it on the basketball court.
The weather's been really nice out here. What's it like over there right now at 3:09 on the west?
Sunny and 80.
Sunny and 80. It's sunny San Diego. What do you expect? It's beautiful. Although I've been paying attention to the weather, and they're predicting cold and rain from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, there's a storm coming.
There's a storm brewing.
But the surface has to go to the beach in the morning while you're all going to work.
Yeah, the surf has been really high out here. Been really high. It's been like 6-8 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been kind of high, right?
I guess that's.
Yeah, they've had some 10-footers, even 14-footers up north. So yeah, been kind of high.
I guess that's great for surfers, huh?
Yeah, he's going surfing tomorrow.
Thrill seekers.
Yeah. To wake up, fish, and say, "Hey, I'm here to surf."
He's gonna wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning and go, "Oops, I missed the surfing."
10 my ass. I'll be in there.
That's what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, well I tried to go, but I missed it.
That's exactly right. You can wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning and see what time it is.
I'll do it next time. I swear.
He's gonna see what time it is and go, "Oopsie."
Oops.
That's gonna be the end of that. Right? See? On vacation, slept till noon. Darn it.
So how'd you enjoy the day off yesterday?
It was kind of nice. I actually took a nap while
Did
we were
you?
supposed to be doing the show. Yeah, it was kind of.
That's good.
It was kind of interesting. I actually took a nap. I finished the first show that I do during the day, and I looked at the clock. I says, "I got no show today. Elliot's got family to deal with. That great. I'm going to go take a nap. I'm kind of tired." So I went and took a nap. Hey, Grant, what's going on?
You know what? Hey, Grant, what's up, buddy? I did that last night during the Cowboys
game. How great is that? You took a 3-hour nap during the game?
I think I saw the first maybe 3-4 minutes of the game. Next thing I know, it was the post-game show with the 4 guys on the field.
Shows you how important that game was.
Good game. It was entertaining.
That game sucked.
It was a field goal fest for the first 90 minutes.
That's why I do. You know what? At 7 o'clock, I turned MASH on.
No, when I found out after the fact that the Cowboys had won, I had no clue.
Me too.
No
Me
clue
neither.
whatsoever.
I went back to ESPN, and the 4 guys were standing on the field.
Yeah.
I said, hey, schmucks, tell me who won.
They were standing there when I woke up.
It's okay. Hey, listen, I watched only so much that I can watch, and then I had to turn it off.
Well, you seen me last night. I was in the room till about 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Because I woke up at midnight.
Right.
From a 3-hour nap.
Yeah, that's not normally like you.
No.
Normally,
but I couldn't go back to sleep.
Right. Normally you go to bed between 9 and 10:30 my time. Yeah. My time, which is noon, 1 and 1:30 your time. Midnight, 1:30.
Okay, enough of your drama. Listen, about the game, Dan Bailey, the Cowboys place kicker. I can't put it in any better words than the Cowboys play-by-play guy. His name's escaping me right now, but he said, "I wish I could do anything as well as Dan Bailey kicks the football." This guy's amazing.
And you agree with that?
This guy is Mr. Consistent.
And you agree with that?
He has a better kicker than Dan Bailey, the kicker for the Cowboys. I'm telling you, this guy's money.
Who?
You know, why are you even in my studio?
Really?
You know I'm a Cowboy hater.
You live. I know you are, but you live in Texas, for Christ's sake.
Don't get me wrong, and I live right in the middle of all that.
Look, Dan
hates the Cowboys.
Dan Beetle Bailey, okay, is no better than a few other kickers in this league that are just as clutch.
He's got numbers.
The reason he's so clutch is because he constantly has to bail the shitty ass Cowboys out of their predicaments.
Well, Romo's plastic, so what are you going to do?
Correct.
Now, you haven't mentioned that. Okay, I want to go back to something right now that Skip said today.
See, I love when he starts off with Skip. I love it.
Bayless time.
I love it when he starts off with
Skippy time. You brought it up. I'm bringing it to you.
Bring it.
Skippy calls Washington kicker finally missed the field goal midway through the 4th. And then what happened? My kicker, who happens to be the most clutch kicker on the planet, Dan the Man Bailey, kicks it 54 yards right down your throat, Stephen A. Smith, and I loved it.
That's because that's because your offense sucks, and all they did was freaking score field goals all game, except for one touchdown, you schmuck. That's horrible. He's got no choice but to be a really good kicker because your offense sucks.
He gets a lot of practice.
He's right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, Skip just came straight out and said the best, the most clutch kicker on the planet.
He has to be.
On the planet.
He has to be. You know why? Because their offense sucks, and he gets the most time kicking the football at any other freaking kicker in the NFL. That's why. He has to be. You got no choice. It's the only way you're going to score.
Look, anytime your kicker leads your team in fantasy points,
your team sucks. Your team sucks.
Something is wrong with your team.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
And now it's being talked about like
how close is he leading the team in points?
Yeah, probably by quite a bit. Well, no, because I mean points are scored by running backs as well. So
correct.
I mean,
I know. You just mentioned something the Cowboys don't have either.
They think they do.
Their biggest hurt and their biggest need right now.
Well, they think they do.
They have what now?
Bad.
No running backs. They think they do.
They think they have Darren McFadden.
Yeah, but the guy can get hurt getting out of freaking bed in the morning.
I like to call Darren McFaded.
Correct.
Because his career has been nothing but a fade.
Correct.
Okay.
They'll draft
totally fade.
Correct.
I mean, the guy, when he played with Oakland, couldn't stay healthy to save his life.
Mm-hmm.
With Dallas, he has that humongous front line that DeMarco Murray seemed to capitalize on consistently.
Correct.
But Darren McFadden can't do the same thing.
Totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the same offensive line, so why isn't he busting through it the way DeMarco Murray did? Why? Because he can't get to the outside like DeMarco Murray does.
Okay.
He can't make those cuts like DeMarco Murray does.
That's because you got it on wrong, you jackass.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got to do a little head forming over here. The schmuck doesn't know how to wear earphones. If it's a little too big, just shrink them.
That's what he gets for talking about Dan Bailey being
That's
good.
right. Exactly right.
I'm just trying to find
that's studio karma.
Exactly right.
I'm just trying to find a clean place on the dang things for my ears to go.
Tell him. Hey, I haven't worn those in a while, dude. They should be very
Talk
comfortable.
good about your studio. Don't let me start talking about the cobwebs up in there.
Hey, listen. I didn't invite you over here. You came up by yourself.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you admitted that you rushed over there.
Correct.
Now, come on, all right. Let's make sports.
Correct.
Let's make sports.
Do you have a cobweb fetish? Is that what it is?
He does. He does.
Well, you found the perfect place then.
If you think there's cobwebs, go check my fucking bedroom out.
I've seen
paradise. You have stumbled into paradise, my friend.
That's right. Tell him, Elliot.
Halloween every month.
Every day here at Sports World Radio.
Oh my goodness. So we got a full pack. We got a full packed NFL coverage show today. We've got all the Sunday games. We've got last night's whatever you want to call it, between Washington and Dallas. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff to cover, and we've got our guest coming on later.
Let's
Mr.
get to
Wyatt.
It. Yeah, Jim Wyatt.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with some NFL news.
Okay.
Johnny Manziel is back as the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns.
How about that?
Huh?
Johnny Manziel back as the starting quarterback of the Cleveland
Did
Browns.
I not tell you last week that if Austin Davis didn't show up, Johnny Manziel would be starting next week?
I'm surprised Johnny Manziel didn't play in the game.
And that's how we report it here at Sports World Radio.
Right. When you talk about Johnny, you guys, if he doesn't have an incident between now and then.
Well, he has to. Well, no. You know what?
Even if he has an incident,
matter.
I don't think they want to look at Austin Davis again.
No, it doesn't matter. Johnny Manziel is going to be the starter for the rest of the season unless he gets hurt.
Unless he walks up and slaps Mike Pettin right in the mug.
Unless he gets hurt. I'm thinking unless he gets hurt, he's the starting quarterback.
Well, he really, really pisses somebody off.
And unless he walks up to Mike Pettin, like you said, and kicks him right in the nuts.
Or spits in his face,
food or
right in his eye.
Right.
You know, like Bret Hart did to McMahon all those years ago with that loogie hanging off his eye.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, just like that.
Otherwise, he's going to be the starting quarterback.
So, he's going to be the starting quarterback. Now,
you know why they're doing? I know why they're doing it. They got to see what he is and see if he could be an NFL quarterback. And by the time they're done with this, they're going to say, "You're out of here because you're not an NFL quarterback," and that's going to be that. And then they're going to trade him to Dallas.
Okay.
That's where he really deserves to go.
You know, Dallas has two choices from what I see.
From Texas, right there, Texas boy?
Yes,
Dallas has two choices from what I see at this point.
Aggie boy.
Johnny Manziel or RG3.
It's going to be Johnny Manziel.
And I tend to agree. I tend to think it's going to be RG3.
I think it's going to be Johnny because that's where Johnny's from. And that's where he plays
football.
football.
And if that mattered, the Texans would have drafted him first 2 years ago.
Well,
it doesn't really matter that he's from there.
See, I don't think
it's a matter of does the organization want to have somebody like Johnny causing ruffles all the time?
See,
you know,
and I think and that's the Cowboys. That's the Cowboys.
Yeah, but you see, they're already under scrutiny for Greg
Doesn't matter.
Hardy.
He doesn't
They're not going to throw that one. They're not going to throw that one. And besides, you know what? Cleveland is not going to let him go. Cleveland's not going to let him go.
Let's throw some more fuel right on the fire.
Cleveland won't let him go.
Jerry Jones.
They got nobody else to look to.
I know that.
Who else does Cleveland have?
No, that's why they get
first pick.
That's why they get the first pick and get a brand new quarterback. He's actually right.
Well, there is a really great quarterback class coming out.
No, I agree.
What I'm thinking is that they'll keep him and they'll find a coach that can coach Johnny Manziel.
And that's another thing. Okay.
Because I don't think Mike Patton is the right coach.
How many kids? I can't say schmucks. How many kids do they have up for the Heisman this year? Tree?
Just Tree.
There's usually 3 or 4.
That's a joke.
Well, Fournette's not happy because he ain't one of the 3.
That's a joke.
Well, that's because he had a crappy game against Alabama, right?
One crappy game.
That's a joke.
But he hasn't got the numbers, Henry. And
that's a joke.
This kid from what's this kid?
The Heisman Trophy don't mean crap.
Amazing.
Well, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, you win a Heisman, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to be anything in the NFL. Some people have, some people haven't. I mean,
and another thing that pisses me off, college football season ended, right? Now everybody's got to wait 3 weeks for bowl games. What kind of crap is that?
3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
It's more than that, I think.
Okay, what kind of stupid crap is that?
I think it's like 45 days or something like that. To the championship game. To the championship game, it's like 45 days.
That's stupid.
So you're going to give a team a month and a half off and then ask them to come back and play a title game on national TV worldwide? Really?
I got an idea.
You wonder why these games never end well?
I got an idea. How about getting all the games done before Christmas vacation? How about that?
How about we don't have so many damn bowl games? How's that?
I'm with you.
Right in half.
I'm with you. You can cut them. You know what? You can cut them down to 4 bowl games as far as I'm concerned.
They got a bowl for everything these days.
Right. They should have. You know what? They should have a bowl for the flipper.
Dude, you can have a 5-11. You can have
bowl.
a 5-11 team and make a bowl game in the NCAA.
We should have the flipper bowl.
Flipper bowl. There you go.
The flipper bowl.
5 and 7. They play 12 games.
It's ridiculous, man. Scratch my ass. Got to wait
5 and 7. Whatever. I'm just saying.
Come on.
You know they come on.
That's why college football is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. It's horrible.
It's ridiculous.
But
sport in the world.
It's a business, just like anything else.
Stupidest sport in the world.
So they're gonna milk it
because of that stupid move right there.
They're gonna milk it every possible way they can.
Just ridiculous.
Okay. Now I mentioned Mike Patton. I kind of see him as being on the hot seat a little bit because apparently, you know, he obviously can't control Johnny Manziel. He obviously can't communicate with Johnny Manziel properly, and he's always wishy-washy. Oh, I'm not going to commit. I'm not going to commit. I mean, that has to do something to Johnny Manziel's psyche every time he kind of just like pushes him off like that.
Sure.
And, you know, management's going to notice that. Manziel might not be performing because the coach is a dick.
Correct. Manziel might say, you know what? If I play bad, maybe they'll fire the coach and I'll get to stay.
That's what I'm saying. And right? I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to bring in a coach that can coach Johnny Manziel.
Would you really want to go to coach Cleveland? Come on, Elliot. Really?
They'd have to give me a whole lot of concessions. I mean, they basically have to make me part owner.
There's no way. You know what?
Look, if I got part ownership,
why would you want to be part ownership of the Browns?
Why not?
No.
They still make money.
No.
They still make money.
No.
I mean, if you're gonna let pride get in the way of money,
I'm not letting pride get in the way of money. I'm being smart. I'm being smart. No, I'm being smart about it and just don't want to deal with the bull. Don't want to deal with the bull.
You know
There's
what?
not enough money in the world that can have
me to turn down that kind of money.
There's not enough money in the world that'll make me want to deal with the Johnny Manziel bull. That's how I feel about it.
And I differ on that because, again,
no, there's not enough
there
money
ain't
in the
that
world.
much trouble to me that's going to cause me to turn down that kind of money.
Yeah, there's not enough money for me. There's not enough money in the world for me to deal with that. I would not want to deal with the Johnny Manziel situation. No. No way. Plus, I don't want to be a part owner of the Cleveland Browns.
Why
No,
not?
I don't want
Money.
That.
I'll be his millionaire babysitter any day.
No,
I'm with you, Al.
Exactly. Good call, Jeff. Good. The other Jeff.
You can be
the guilty conscience. Good call.
You want to know? Look what happened.
Show me the money.
Look what happened to his millionaire babysitter. He's done a really good job since he's got out, right? He's done a really good job with him. Done nothing. He's got more trouble with the guy around.
As long as I got 7 figures in my bank account, I could give 2 crapolas.
Stop it, Johnny. You behave. Come on, you're a good quarterback.
There's not enough money to get rid of that freaking migraine. There's not enough money to get rid of that.
I can find a way. Trust me. With that kind of money, I'll find a way.
There's not enough.
I will find a way or spend myself dying
not
in the
enough
process.
Money. There's not enough money to get rid of that migraine.
I will spend myself to death. But you know what? I'll have the money to do it.
I use that money so right. Johnny ended up babysitting.
Hey, Christine. Where is the Foster Farms Bowl?
Levi Stadium in San Francisco or in Santa Clara.
Yeah, I'm not going up there. I got
bigger games to go to over there.
I got 2 bowl games right here in San Diego: the Holiday Bowl and the Poinsettia Bowl. Right here in San Diego.
The Aztecs are going to Hawaii for the Hawaii.
Yeah, the Aztecs are going to Hawaii for the Hawaii Bowl.
I think we got the Tidy Bowl over here, and what other bowl do we have?
Bowl. Why don't you just drink cereal out of the bowls?
So, which coach right now do you think sits on the hottest seat as far as their jobs are concerned? You got Mike.
I wish it was McCoy here in San Diego.
You got Mike Patton. You got Jeff Fisher.
I don't think
you got Sean Payton.
Payton's stable. He's okay.
No, he's not.
He's fine.
I mean, you got a few coaches out there that are on the hot seat.
Payton's not fine.
Payton's not fine. No,
Payton's not fine.
I really think
he's going to end up in Indy.
No, I don't think so.
Watch, he's going to end up in Indy.
He brought a ring to New Orleans.
So what?
Give him a bad year.
What?
No. You see, he's going to end up. Hey, he's going to.
A bad year?
A bad year this year.
A bad year? What about last year and the year before that?
Sure, they were bad too, but the fellas brought.
A bad year?
He's brought Hardware.
What?
He's brought Hardware.
How many years ago?
Well, many, but it was the right year.
What have you done for me lately?
Well, I don't know. He's good with the ownership. I'll tell you what, they're like this.
Don't matter.
We'll see.
You could be like that, and I'm sorry, son, but I got to let you go.
Yes, it's others. It's choose another coach on that.
Look, he's gonna wind up. He's gonna wind up going to a team that he could take Drew Brees along with him. That's where he's gonna go. Yeah.
Drew for Brees?
I think Drew for Brees goes wherever Sean Payton goes.
Drew for Brees for the quarterback that stinks.
Drew for Brees. For the quarterback that stinks.
Who retires first?
Thank you, Christine. I'm glad we can bring you that love.
Who goes out of the league first, Manning or Brees? Who's getting older? Who retires?
Manning
goes
year.
first.
You think Manning
goes first. Drew for Brees.
For Brees still has some well-scented years ahead of him.
I knew that was coming. He's got a couple of well-scented years yet left.
Left in the can. Yeah, there you go.
I smelt that one coming, man.
In the bottle.
Drew Febreze for the quarterback that stinks.
Yep. That's going to be our official Sports World cologne.
Hey, Terrence. That's right. Sports World Radio is brought to you by not only Professional Recording Studio Equipment.com, but Drew Febreze, the quarterback for the quarterback that stinks. I can't even get it out. I want to laugh so hard.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there, man.
That's awesome stuff right there. There was something we were putting in front of it first, right? I can't remember from Saturday. I'm going to have to go back and listen.
Yeah, we're going to have to go back and look at that because there was a lot said and there was a lot of laughter, too, because I almost busted a gut laugh.
You should go back and listen to Saturday's show.
Sports World comedy moment.
It was
Sports World.
Yeah, it was.
Comedy moment.
It was, man, because whoever came up with it was you, right? Right, Elliot? The Febreze, right? The Drew Febreze for the quarterback that stinks. And then we decided to put something in front of it first, right?
Yeah.
I have to go back and listen. That was awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah, I got to start writing some of that stuff down.
Yeah.
I get these things that go through my head and I forget to write them down.
Hashtag Drew Febreze.
That's a darn
Drew.
Stick. You got to write it down.
Drew Febreze.
Yeah, I know.
Material, brother. That's material. That's not a thought. That's material.
No, come on. Yeah, that's great material right there. Hashtag Drew Febreze.
I know. I have to get myself a little journal and start writing these things down.
Yes, you do. That's some
Actually, I have
stuff.
me a journal back there. I got one of those Grant Cardone 10X planners.
Oh, God.
I might use that one just to write my stuff in there. So, yeah, no, I mean, it's all good.
Make sure that Drew Febreze one is on the top line, my friend.
Hey, did you see last night where Jacoby Jones muffed 2 punts?
What else
in the Pittsburgh game?
Yeah,
did you see what happened? Yeah. Did you see what happened afterwards?
Yanked him
right out. He's sitting down, ain't he?
They benched his ass, and then Antonio Brown came in and ran back a punt for a touchdown.
There you go.
So now Jacoby Jones is the backup punt returner.
Wow, that's awesome right there. Way to go, Jacoby.
I mean, come on. If you couldn't make it with San Diego.
You know
how bad San Diego misses him now? With all the wide receivers going down?
Exactly. If they didn't want him in San Diego, he can't be all that good.
Correct.
Anymore.
Correct.
I mean, after he won Dancing with the Stars, his career's gone down the crapper.
Dancing with the Stars.
And he made it on the show because of his little Super Bowl MVP that he got against the 49ers.
I don't even watch that crap.
No, I don't either, but he just happened to be on there.
It's one of his accolades.
Well, I don't want to say many, but
he should go back to doing that because his NFL career is over.
His NFL career is definitely over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely over.
But, there was a lot of good action yesterday, a lot of weird stuff going on, and we're going to get to all of that.
All of that really stuff. Don't forget, coming up at 6:45, we got Jim Wyatt coming in talking Tennessee football from Tennessee Online. Gonna have some fun with that. Titans
I can tell you right now that our records for last week.
Crap. Did I win 9 games? 10 games?
I finished 11-5. Scott finished 9 and. He doesn't pick one game out of the week, right?
Yeah, he doesn't pick the Thursday game.
9-6.
Mm-hmm.
And you finished 8-8.
Did I?
Yep. 500.
Really?
8-8. Yep. You had some tough losses in there, man. San Diego.
Yeah,
you lost that one.
I didn't expect them to win that game.
Where else did you lose? Huh?
The Giant game, I expected the Giants to win.
Yeah. You lost that one too.
And then the Philly-New England game, we all lost that game. Come on.
Oh, yeah. No, we all lost the Philly-New England game. We pretty much all lost the Washington game except for Robert on my show.
According to me, that was week 13, right?
Yeah, week 13.
Yeah, I got 9 wins according to my Yahoo.
Well, let's see. I got you Detroit.
Correct. I lost.
You lost.
One. I lost the
you
San
lost
Francisco
that one.
game.
Here's the ones you won.
Okay.
Buffalo.
Right.
Cincinnati.
Correct. Tennessee.
Miami.
Right.
Miami.
Correct.
Arizona.
Correct.
Tampa Bay.
Correct.
Tennessee.
Correct.
Kansas City.
Correct. Carolina. And Pittsburgh.
And Pittsburgh.
That's
Is that 9?
That's 9.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You're right. I miscounted one.
That's
so
9.
you were 9 and 7.
9 and 7. Big whoopee doo. Woo! You know, hey Elliot, you know me. You know how much I really care about it, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you really got no stakes or anything in the whole situation except for your Yahoo thing.
Yeah, that's it.
And there's really no money involved. It's funny because I told you about the story on the other show, right?
Correct.
Okay. So Gerald contacts me. You know the whole thing, and Terrence knows about this too, right, Terrence? You know how lately Robert has been having his daughter supposedly making his picks. Mm-hmm. I have another thought to that whole thing. I actually think that Robert's making the picks and saying his daughter is, just so if he doesn't pass Gerald, he can blame it on him on his daughter.
Right. No, I agree.
Okay. So
but he's catching them, so that's good.
And he's catching them. Okay. Right. I put the standings out on Twitter, and Gerald tweets me back. He's like, "Oh, standings are incorrect." I'm like, "How do you figure?" He starts telling me, "Remember 3 weeks ago?" I'm like, "Gerald, first of all, we're not playing for money, so why would I care what happened 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, we had established that the records were right here, and 3 weeks later, with all the victory, all the things counted up, the records are right there." And Robert's gone back and checked the replays. I trust him there. It just sounds to me like you're feeling a little bit of that pressure from his daughter, and it's starting to get to you.
He's afraid he's going to end up in last place.
So now he's telling me that Robert has 2 less wins than what I'm giving him credit for. And I said, no, that doesn't work that way, dude. Half the time you don't have the stats with you. Half the time you can't get on.
Right.
You know what? We took over the standings, okay, because we're more consistent on it.
Correct. Hey, Daniel.
Okay.
Correct.
And I just think that he, and it gets me because, like, for the last 4 weeks, each time until I throw the sheet up that shows all the picks.
Hey, Christopher.
Okay, he's always questioning whether he got cheated out of wins or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you're taking it a little too far, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there's not money involved.
You're right. I would understand if there was money involved, but there's no money involved.
No, and you know what? Bottom line, the only thing involved here is your ego.
And that's what's hurting him right now because he's losing to
his ego. And you need to check that at the door because that's not what our show is all about. Even though you're the one that's the head of the show.
Correct. I don't give a flying
you're technically being the head of the show.
Right. Exactly. Hey, that don't work, buddy. Don't even play that.
Nobody just jumps into a seat. This is not an open forum unless you're invited in to do so. But we appreciate you being here nonetheless.
Well, not even that. You didn't even say hello. You just got into the room and you hop in the seat. That don't freaking work here on Sports World Radio. That's right. Get the clock out.
Not even our regulars do stuff like that.
That's okay. Hey, I got control, man. I got total control of everything, man.
So anyway, I mean, it cracked me up, dude. He actually called me.
I know.
Okay.
Called
to talk to me about it over the phone.
Right?
Okay. And then I had told him, well, you know what? Robert looked them all up. Everything's been verified. Hey, Zane, what's up? Everything's been verified. Okay. And I think if we need to go back and look at all the recordings, then that's what we're going to need to do.
Hey, Zane.
He goes, hey, let me call you back. I got something I got to do real quick. And I never heard back from him again.
Hey, Zane, I got Titans writer Jim Wyatt, senior writer, editor Jim Wyatt coming on in from Titans Online in about 6 minutes coming in to talk to us.
Right after this
minutes.
next update.
Right after our update, he's going to come in and talk to us. How about that? You like that? Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So get ready for that, boys and girls. So get all your Titan questions ready. Your Mariota. How is it? Mariota questions ready and all that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get them ready, boys and girls. He's not going to be able to hear Elliot, so get your questions ready. Write them down and put them in the chat box, and I'll ask them away.
Yeah, Jeff's going to ask all questions tonight. You guys pepper him with your questions.
That's right. And Elliot's going to sit there and look beautiful. That's about it. Right, Elliot?
That's correct.
All right. What do you say? You want to do the update?
Give me about 2 seconds.
No problem. Oh, hey, don't forget this show is brought to you by ProfessionalRecordingStudioEquipment.com. You guys need any equipment to make you sound beautiful, head on over to ProfessionalRecordingStudioEquipment.com.
Okay, I'm ready.
This update is brought to you by The Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com. Never, ever touch your toilet seat ever again. It's The Flipper, and it's at flipperflipper.com. Check it out today. Take it away, Elliot, with the first update of the day.
Thank you, Jeff. Boys and girls, it is now 41 minutes past the 6 o'clock hour here on this Tuesday, December the 8th, 2015. For Sports World Radio, I am the co-host, Elliot Biggie Lumba, bringing you this first and SWR update of the day. Last night in the NBA in Charlotte, Cody Zeller scored 20 points, and the Charlotte Hornets snapped the Detroit Pistons' 4-game win streak with a 104-84 victory. In Philadelphia, with Jerry Colangelo sitting courtside, the Philadelphia 76ers gave their new man in charge an up-close look at just how far they are away from being a competitive franchise. Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Kawhi Leonard all sat out, and the San Antonio Spurs still rolled past the 76ers 119-68. I said, yep, that's right. 51-point win for the Spurs over the Sixers last night. In Miami, John Wall scored 26 points one night after leaving a game with a sore knee. Gary Neal added 21, including a debated three-pointer with just over a minute left, and the Wizards beat the Heat 114-103. In New York, Dirk Nowitzki got to see why people compare Kristaps Porzingis to him, and the rookie almost ruined the view. Porzingis led a fourth-quarter charge and finished with 28 points, but the Dallas Mavericks held on for a 104-97 victory over the New York Knicks. In Toronto, while the sellout crowd left no doubt it came to watch Kobe Bryant say goodbye to Canada, Terrence Ross proved to be a spark plug with 22 points, including a team-high 9 in the fourth quarter, as the Toronto Raptors put two tough home losses in the rearview mirror and beat the Los Angeles Lakers 102-93. In Chicago, Mirza Teletovic scored 20 points, including a follow-up basket with 0.3 seconds left to cap the Suns' furious fourth quarter rally from 16 down in a 103-101 victory over the Chicago Bulls. In Milwaukee, Greg Monroe layup put Milwaukee ahead with seconds left, and John Henson swatted away Myers Leonard's potential game-winning shot to help the Bucks edge the Portland Trailblazers 90-88. In Minneapolis, DeAndre Jordan had 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks to lift the Clippers to a 110-106 victory over the Timberwolves. And in New Orleans, Isaiah Thomas, the other one, scored 22 points. Kelly Olynyk had 21 in a reserve role, and Boston beat the struggling New Orleans Pelicans 111-93. In the NHL, 3 games last night. In Boston, Nashville Predators forward Victor Arvidsson scored the game-winning goal with 4:56 remaining, and Roman Josi scored twice in a 3-2 win against the Boston Bruins at TD Garden. In Denver, frustrated by their lack of success in recent games against the Minnesota Wild, the Colorado Avalanche gained a measure of confidence Monday with a 2-1 overtime win at Pepsi Center. And finally, in Vancouver, the Vancouver Canucks were desperate for anything to finally go their way. They got that break when a rebound bounced right to Radim Verbata in front of an empty net 8 minutes into the game against the Buffalo Sabres on Monday. It was what Verbata needed to jumpstart his first hat trick since joining the Canucks as a free agent before last season, and help Vancouver end a 5-game losing streak with a 5-2 win at Rogers Arena. In one NFL game that we will discuss, the Tennessee Titans defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars 42-39. Marcus Mariota scored the go-ahead touchdown on an 87-yard run midway through a wild fourth, and that was able to help the Tennessee Titans edge the Jacksonville Jaguars to snap their 11-game home losing streak. All right, boys and girls, the first update for the day has been brought to you by the Flipper, the sanitary toilet device that eliminates the need for you to touch your toilet seat ever again. And with the holidays rolling in, the Flipper would make a great and thoughtful gift or stocking stuffer for anyone. You too can own the Flipper exclusively by visiting flipper.com. So go on there now and orders yours today. Boys and girls, this wraps up the first SWR update of the day with your co-host, me, Elliot Biggie Lumba, right here on sportsworldradio.com, where we deliver real sports talk for real sports fans. Now back to you, Jeff, in San Diego, and our phone guest, senior writer-editor for TitansOnline.com, Mr. Jim Wyatt, talking Titans football right here on Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. We do the show each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, on sportsworldradio.com, the Blab channel, and on blab.im. Like Elliot said, joining us now, Jim Wyatt, senior editor and writer for Titans Online. How you doing, Jim? Thank you so much for spending some time here with us on Sports World Radio.
Yeah, appreciate you having me. Hope you're doing well.
One question, we did talk a bit while we were waiting for you to come online, and I asked you, so I know the answer to this, but what's the weather like out there?
Hey, it's beautiful right now. It's about 62 degrees in Nashville today. Certainly, it's kind of cold weather this time of year kind of comes and goes. We don't have too drastic of winters, but right now we're at a pretty warm stretch and heading to New York this weekend. We're supposed to be unseasonably warm. I think it's going to be about 62, 63 degrees up there on Sunday where the Titans play. So following some good weather these days.
Yes, that game should be interesting. Before we get to that game, I want to go back to them firing their first coach, Whisenhunt. And we basically know why, but could you let the other fans who don't know why they got rid of Whisenhunt and had Malarkey take over?
Well, I mean, I guess the biggest reason is because he coached 23 games, and in those 23 games they went 3-20, and that's not going to please too many owners and fan bases, and in the NFL world where it's there's not a lot of patience. You just can't afford to go 3-20, and that's the biggest reason why they made the coaching change. The Titans were 2-14 under Whisenhunt last year. Started the season 1-6. Had problems protecting the quarterback. Had problems winning close games. Had a lot of issues that just that didn't appear like they were getting any better. So instead of waiting till the end of the season. They want to give Mike Malarkey, a chance as interim coach, and he took over. And since he's been 2-3 in those 5 games, been very competitive. Could have won 4 of the 5, but just didn't happen. And now we're going to see how things finish here with a quarter of the season left.
Jim, what's been the big difference since Mike Malarkey has taken over as the head coach?
Well, I think the biggest difference is they protected the quarterback a lot better, and I think that's one of the reasons why. Ken Whisenhunt had some issues winning games, and why he had some issues, pleasing some of the people inside the building and ownership, is that they drafted Marcus Mariota with the 2nd overall pick. This guy's the future of this franchise, and is going to be a heck of a quarterback. But he was getting pummeled in a lot of games early this season because they didn't do a very good job of protecting him. And since Mike Malarkey has taken over, they've done a lot better job protecting the quarterback. Mariota's not getting hit nearly as much, been scoring more points. The running game's improved. I think things appear to be trending up.
Hey, Jim, let me jump in with a quick kind of follow-up for Malarkey. How stable is this guy? I know there's 3 or 4 games left. How good is he with the front office? Is he impressed enough? Are they going to sign this guy to a contract? Are they looking for anybody else? What's going on with his short, long term, if you will?
Well, that kind of remains to be seen. I mean, he does have a good relationship with ownership and people inside the building. He works well with Rustin Webster, the team's general manager. It seems like he has a good relationship with ownership. And the players seem to really like him. But it's hard to say right now whether or not he can earn this job, on a full-time permanent basis. Kind of need to see how things play out. I mean, when the decision was made, and Steve Underwood, the team's acting president, said that, you know, it's about, part of it is about wins and losses and determining whether Mike Mularkey can keep the job. The other part of it is just seeing how other things develop. And I got 4 games left at the Jets this weekend, at the Patriots. Then you got a Houston team that's heated up here of late coming here, and then at Indy. I mean, that's a pretty tough 4-game stretch coming up. So I think everyone wants to see how things play out here down the stretch before making any kind of concrete statements on his future.
Jim, how impressive has Mariota been for the Tennessee Titans?
Very impressive. I mean, I've covered this team since '99. You know, Steve McNair was in year 4 or 5 when I got here, but he was still very early in his development because he didn't start the first couple of years and just took over as a starter in '97 and even '99, 2000. McNair was still kind of coming into his own, and he finally settled in and turned into a really good quarterback. Shared co-MVP honors with Peyton Manning 1 year. I was in here when I covered the team when Vince Young came in as a rookie in 2006. I came in when Jake Locker was a rookie. I was here when he was a rookie in 2011. I watched all those guys, and Marcus Mariota, you know, compared to Young and Locker's just so far ahead of where those guys were. He's been good from the get-go. I saw him in training camp, you know, go 16 days in a row to start camp without throwing an interception, which is unheard of as a guy settling into the league. And it's carried over. I know, you know, follow this team and send out stuff on Twitter just like a lot of other people do. And I think some of the national observers thought, you know, people locally in Nashville were making too big of a deal of this interception-less streak to start training camp. But what it was kind of a preview of things to come. He's been good in games. His red zone numbers are off the charts. You know, he's thrown 15 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in the red zone this year, which is best in the NFL. And he's doing things here early on that have been really remarkable, to be honest with you. He's not there yet. He still has some work to do and still make some mistakes, but he's really way ahead of where everybody thought he would be.
Yeah, he acts like he's about 3 years in, this guy. He's just a man child, I guess. And he seems relatively healthy. I mean, has there been any type of dings to this guy at all? I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of the Titans. I mean, he seems like he's healthy head to toe. This guy seems like he's very strong-boned, etc.
Well, he's healthy now. I mean, he went through a little stretch early in the season, and part of it's because, as I mentioned earlier, about guys just teeing off for him. I mean, he got sacked 7 times against Cleveland in week 2, and then he got hit a ridiculous amount of times against Miami earlier this season, and a hit against Miami that he took ended up keeping him out of 2 games. And he's been wearing a knee brace and slowly working his way back to good health. And he wasn't 100% for a couple of weeks there after coming back from that mid-season injury. But in recent weeks, he's back to where he's healthy again. And if you saw the game Sunday and saw him take off on an 87-yard touchdown run, you could see that certainly backs it up.
Jim Wyatt joining us here, senior editor writer for TitansOnline.com, joining us here on Sports World Radio. You mentioned that run. That was a pretty awesome run. Seems like he's 100% with that run, huh?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I mean, and you know, I covering this team when Chris Johnson was on it, and during his remarkable 2009 season where he ran for over 2,000 yards and seemed like he was busting 80, 90-yard runs, you know, once a week. You know, it wasn't quite as impressive as Johnson, kind of more of a lightning bolt, but Marcus Mariota is fast. He's a smart runner. You know, he knows what to do in the open field, and the Titans have had to, you know, kind of put the reins on him a little bit because of his health, and but he's put the reins on himself. I mean, he's wanted to stay in the pocket. He's wanted to see things through before he's taken off. So certainly there was, a lot of times you'll see young guys come in the league and they're if something's not there, they just want to tuck it and run. Marcus has worked hard and he's smart, and he wants to give receivers a chance to make plays. So he's kind of held himself back from running sometimes. But I do think now that he is healthy and now that he's shown he can throw it around, he's going to be more inclined to maybe make some more plays with his feet moving forward as well.
Yep, they hit the lottery with this guy for sure. I think he's another Andrew Luck at least. I mean, that's saying quite a bit, but he's got he's got that arm. He's got all the intangibles, man. I think will be a Titan for quite a few years. I hope they can string some wins together. I really do. I like to see them do better than they are right now.
Yeah, I mean, and that's but they at least have a guy that they can build this team around, and a lot of teams are looking for that, and it's hard to find a franchise quarterback. You just hope he can stay healthy, and he's going to put the work in. There's no question about that. But I think the Titans feel like, even though it hasn't been a season like they hoped it would be to start, feel good moving forward that the quarterback is in place, and now they just got to build around him.
So I was looking at your Twitter today, and you mentioned that the Titans are going to be decked out in their white jerseys on Sunday in New York?
That is correct.
Is there a reason why they're doing that? Is there a special reason why they're doing that, or they just decided to do that?
No, I mean, that's usually what, this time of the year. Sometimes they'll wear white at home, and they wore white here a lot of times in home games. But, this time of year, they're pretty much in navy blue, navy blue at home, and then they're wearing the road whites on the road.
Jim, I wanted to ask you this question. I also noticed on your Twitter that you're comparing Mariota with quarterback with McNair, Young, and Locker, and all those guys. And you mentioned it earlier in our interview. What is the Locker atmosphere like around Mariota compared to the other guys?
Well, it's, obviously, McNair, established himself, during the course of his career, and people had just an unbelievable amount of respect for him just by his willingness to play through injuries and just his toughness, and the fact that he guided this team to a lot of wins. I mean, so you're talking about Steve McNair. I'm kind of looking at him. I kind of saw his career take off and covered him for so many years, and when he played his last down here, everybody looked at him as being one of the best, football leaders that this team's ever had. So Marcus Mariota obviously has a ways to go to get to that point. He's got to win a lot more games and got to deal with a lot more adversity and keep doing it week in and week out. But, with Vince Young, Vince Young had his moments. His record here was good. I mean, he won. I think it was 31-19 maybe as a starter here. But Vince Young had a lot of talent, and I think he'd even tell you himself. I think he's even said it himself that he didn't work as hard as he should have earlier in his career, and as a result, his career kind of fizzled out. And he's remembered here as a guy who had his moments, but never lived up to expectations. And that's sad when that happens, because you only get to do it one time. And if you don't do it right, you don't get a do-over. So he's remembered as a disappointment here. And Jake Locker just couldn't stay healthy. That was the thing with him. He worked hard, put in the hours. His teammates liked him, but he just couldn't stay healthy. Mariota immediately has gained the respect of his teammates just by the way he's handled himself on the field, off the field. He's a very humble kid, certainly not a me guy. And, again, he's just 10 starts into his career. Hard to compare him to Steve McNair, but he's off to a great start.
That division, the AFC South, they're sitting at 3-9 Tennessee right now. Obviously, they're not going to make the playoffs this year, but what do you see happening with them towards the end of the year?
Well, it's a tough road. They got to go to Jets, go to New England.
Mhm.
Got Houston coming in here, who's gotten a little bit better here of late. They've and then they got to go to Indy. I mean, that's a tough stretch. I mean, I do think the team's playing better and the team's playing hard under Malarkey, but it's going to be. They're going to have to play well to win some of these games. I'll say this. I mean, they have been in all these games, maybe with the exception of the Carolina game since Malarkey took over, and they're actually in that game for a while until Carolina just kind of pulled away in the fourth quarter. But the Titans certainly have proven that they're going to compete.
What can we expect this Sunday against the Jets?
I think the Titans will. I think it'd be a defensive battle. Jets obviously good defense. Titans have proven to have a pretty good defense, other than maybe this game this past week against the Jaguars when they gave up 39. I don't think you're going to see another 42-39 shootout like we did this past Sunday against Jacksonville, but I think it's going to be a competitive game. These teams know each other pretty well, even though they play in different divisions. They've played each other the past 3 years. The personnel's changed, but they know the players. A lot of these players know each other, and the Titans are familiar with Ryan Fitzpatrick. He was quarterback here a couple of years ago, so little familiarity there, and so it should make for an interesting game.
Shoot, I'm looking forward to it. I kind of like Tennessee. Living in San Diego, I pay attention to them and watch them and see how they're doing. Because really, San Diego is not fun to watch this year anyway.
Yeah, they're usually fun to watch. You don't have too many years, too many lean years out there. Like Phillip Rivers and like Crew usually keeps it interesting through December. I know this year hadn't gone like they hoped it would, but certainly seeing pretty good football out there.
Yes. Hey, Jim, I want to thank you so much for joining us here on Sports World Radio. Before we let you go, why don't you let the folks know how they can follow you on Twitter and read your articles online?
Yeah, we can follow me on Twitter at @jwyatt sports and read the stories on TitansOnline.com.
Jim, thank you so much for joining us here on Sports World Radio. Hopefully we can do it again before the end of the season.
Okay, have a good one. Merry Christmas to you.
All right, Merry Christmas to you too, my friend, and Happy New Year.
Take care, Jim.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. There goes Jim Wyatt from Tennessee Titans, from Titans Online, talking to us here about Tennessee football. How'd you like that there, Mr. Elliott? Turn your mic on there, buddy.
I need to ask Mike which team's record he's looking at, because I'm looking right here and it says the Titans are 3-9 right now, Mike. Not 2-10.
It says it 3-9. I'm looking right at it too. The 3-9.
Mike's saying 2-10. I said 3-13 is what it sounds like. And he thought I was going to be ambitious with 3. I already have 3. How can I be ambitious?
Right. I already have 3. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Browns? Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's a different story. I was off that
10.
conversation.
Well, Tennessee is only one game back of Jacksonville, and I really wanted to. If I started.
Good
Elliot,
news.
you know me.
Good
Elliot,
news, Mike. We
Elliot?
haven't gotten to the Browns game yet.
Right, Elliot. You know me. If I started talking about Jacksonville with him, we could have been here all day.
No, of course.
That's why I didn't even want to bring it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
But I want to see them pass Jacksonville.
But you know what? Now it's time to get to the games.
All right, let's get to it, my friend.
Okay. First one up. Tyrod Taylor threw a 40-yard touchdown pass to Charles Clay with 1:53 left to lead the Buffalo Bills to a 30-21 win over the Houston Texans.
Thank you. Thank you, Tyrod Taylor, for doing something right for a change.
Yeah, we all picked Buffalo. We kind of felt Houston, although they've been playing really well, wasn't going to quite have enough to stand up to Buffalo with their completely healthy offense.
And what scares me too, Hoyer's the quarterback.
Well, I said that from the beginning as well.
Yeah, really
Brian Hoyer doesn't quite add up. You know?
Right. That's what really scares me the most. You know?
But, I mean, Taylor finished 11 of 21 for 211 yards. He had 3 TDs and also scored on an 8-yard run. So, I mean, he had a good game. Tyrod Taylor's back. And with that being said, the Buffalo Bills are now relevant to being a contender. I can't hear anything you're saying.
I know, because we're talking about the news lady on TV. That's why.
What about her?
Good looking blonde. Misha DeBono.
Okay.
Misha DeBono is her name. Oh, man.
High surf advisory.
Yeah.
We're talking
Did you say DeBono?
Yeah, Misha DeBono is her name. Yeah, oh my God.
I can do a lot with that name.
She's a babe and a half, too.
She's at the beach giving a high surf advisory. We're talking about wanting to ride.
Surf report. Surf report. It's 5 to 8 feet swells going up to 10.
Occasional
Really? Really?
Wow.
You're gonna tell me about DeBono and swells in the same sentence?
Exactly.
10-footers.
Really?
Better than talking about Johnny Manziel, I'll tell you that.
Okay, now back to the show at hand.
Okay. Look at Christine. Oh, Lord.
We'll go ahead and move on now to the next game.
Okay, go ahead.
Blaine freaking Gabbert, baby.
He did it again. He did it again.
Chicago had a 20-13 lead in the fourth quarter.
I'm freaking
Blaine Gabbert runs for a 44-yard touchdown and then throws an 80-yard touchdown bomb to Torrey Smith.
Christine was jumping up and down like a little schoolgirl.
Oh, I bet she was. Because I'll tell you what, that was a very impressive win.
I would have liked to see that. Did you have her cheerleading outfit on, jumping up and down like a little schoolgirl? Ooh, I would have liked to see that.
But I mean, to me, you got to start asking the question: Did the 49ers find their quarterback?
Blaine Gabbert?
Could he be the guy that works in the 49ers system?
I don't know.
Until the end of the year, they may pick up another win or two, but then they'll be looking for somebody.
You think so?
I think so. He's filling a void. They're trying to figure things trying to figure out the Kaepernick deal.
And you know, I can see
trying to help him back.
I can see Sean Payton in San Francisco.
Well, here we go with the Payton talk again.
He's going to Indy.
He's Saints coach for a few more years.
He's going to Indy.
Don't matter. He could be Saints coach for the rest of his life, and if they decide they want to boot him,
they ain't gonna do nothing. Look at that, man. That's in Santee right there.
Geyser.
Yeah, that's in Santee.
Well,
yeah, I know exactly.
Okay, so Gabbert brought back the 49ers for an impressive 26-20 win in overtime. Obviously, we all tanked on that game.
Bunch of jackasses. Okay,
we all took an L in that one.
Yes, because we all took Chicago.
Right? Except Christine, she says, I did.
Because she's a homer.
She's a homer, right. And that's good.
Right. That's okay. That's
49er faithful. Good with that.
No,
always good with it. I used to have an alliance with the 49ers until I started playing fantasy football. I can't be aligned with any one particular team and play that game. It just doesn't work for me.
You do you, girl. Don't worry.
And I can't really be that objective here either. You know what I'm saying? Since I got to talk about everybody, not just certain. Okay. Next game.
Hey, I haven't heard back from the Super Bowl. What's up with that?
Cincinnati 37, Cleveland 3.
I told you.
Wow.
I knew that was going to be a blowout game.
That's a blowout. Yeah, that was a
Tony Bennett.
Yeah, I called 31-10 myself.
His name.
I called 31-10 myself.
I didn't know Tony Bennett was coaching West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Even though he left his heart in San Francisco, right?
He could sing and coach. Wow.
Okay, next up, Baltimore at Miami. Miami. 15. Baltimore 13.
15.
Once again, as I said, I can never pick Matt Schaub.
Did you pick Baltimore in that game?
Huh?
Who'd you pick in that game?
I picked Miami.
Did you?
I picked Miami, dude.
Who picked Baltimore?
I do not pick anything that has the name Matt Schaub attached to it.
Who picked Baltimore in that game? Somebody did.
Robert.
Was it Robert? I thought it was Scott with us on Saturday night.
We all took Miami except for Robert.
Jackass. If you would have taken Miami, you would have been Not one
game
one
behind.
Yeah, exactly, you dumbass.
One game behind Gerald.
What is he, 2 games behind Gerald now?
2 games.
Oh,
he was 9 games 3 weeks ago.
Wow. Gerald, you suck.
Now he's 2 games. That's why Gerald's sweating. He's like, oh, that can't be right. Oh, remember last year when... No.
Gerald, you suck. Wow. You do, Gerald.
It's like,
You're
dude,
terrible.
it's fun. Okay, it doesn't need to be that serious.
Right?
Okay, and besides, everybody's verified. Everybody's checked it out. Okay, it is what it is. Deal with it.
Well, you get
all
us
he's
in
gonna
there,
wind
man.
up doing, all he's gonna wind up doing, he's gonna wind up alienating people off that show.
Oh, yeah, and plus that show's too early for me anyway, man. That's why I wasn't there. I was sleeping for a change.
Well, even the Wednesday night show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I was there Wednesday night. I was there.
You can't host. You can't have a show with multiple people and make it all about yourself.
Correct.
And
Correctamundo.
And unfortunately, that's what he does. And that's just being honest. I mean, if one thing that people are going to find out that don't already know is I'm pretty honest and pretty bold and upfront. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I don't hold back.
I know. And with that being said, you won't be doing the show with them next year because they won't like that.
No. Either that or I'll wind up taking over the show.
No, we'll just move that show over to our Saturday night show. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
You know that. We'll just add Robert to our Saturday night show. It's no big deal.
We'll figure it out. We'll add Robert and Morgan if Scott can't jump in, but
right. No big
we can
deal.
alternate those 2 guys if they want to.
I'm not worried about it. Scott's got a permanent position.
Yeah. I just can't. I mean, it's hard to be on a show when it's supposed to be 4 people and one person is dominating or trying to dominate the room and,
Thanks, Mike.
and the discussion.
Right. No,
I
get it. I get it. No, I understand exactly what you're saying. No, Mike wrote down he had to go. Thanks. Another great show.
Okay,
Thanks,
Mike. Take care, buddy. Sorry about Cleveland.
That poor guy, man.
Cleveland
Hey, Mike, you know what? Just stick to coaching lacrosse, women's lacrosse, and don't worry about football, will you?
Yeah, leave the American football to us.
That's right. You just worry about coaching women's lacrosse. Oops, he's not here.
Okay, so Miami defeated Baltimore 15-13 in what was a pathetic football display.
Pathetic.
The only thing that I got out of that game is that Javoris Buck Allen, scored 35 fantasy points. That really helped.
That was Billy Bob Thornton. Oh, that's Joe.
Who?
Buck.
You mean Jim Bob Cooter?
That's it.
He's coach.
Bob Cooter, man.
He's still wondering how they lost. He's still wondering how they lost that game to Green Bay. That's what Jim Bob Cooter's doing right now.
He should be on an alligator farm because that's what his name is. Jim Bob Cooter.
I'm telling you, man. Hee haw, the revival.
I'm telling you, man.
With Jim Bob Cooter.
Jim Bob Cooter.
And he's a young guy. I thought he might have been some old dude, but he's a youngster, man. Some young dude named Jim Bob Cooter.
That's
all right. Next game up. This game here was a total shocker. Okay, Seattle 38, Minnesota 7.
Well, I guess Seattle showed you who they are, huh?
And I guess Minnesota showed you who they're not.
Who they are.
No, who they're not.
Yeah, who they are is now who
they are not the team
that
has gotten to the top.
What's that phrase?
NFC.
What's that
North.
phrase that
who we thought they were.
They're not who we thought they were.
No, they actually said they are who we
I know, but I'm changing. They're not who we thought they were.
No.
Dennis Green.
And it doesn't get any easier for them because they got to go face Arizona on Thursday night.
They're not who we thought they were. We can easily beat them.
They smoked them. Okay, they smoked them. Russell Wilson is playing
Out his
at
petunias,
Super Bowl
man.
level, at Super Bowl level skill right now.
And this little back filling in for Lynch, Rawls, he can tote the
Well, not
rock.
filling in for Lynch.
Rawls. And you know what? Lynch's career is over in Seattle.
He's not filling
Thanks
in
to
for
Thomas
Lynch.
Rawls.
He's taking over for Lynch.
He's taking. Yeah, Lynch is gone, dude.
Lynch is gone. He's
No.
taking
Lynch
over.
is gone.
Yeah.
Too many
Oh,
injuries.
that beast mode.
Who cares? That fat bastard.
Thomas Rawls is the
Rat.
new beast mode in Seattle.
That fat rat bastard.
That fat rat
That rat bastard,
Right.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, actually, he's not fat. He's all muscle, that dude, man.
Yeah, well,
He
get off
is
the-
huge.
I got an idea. Eat something else than Skittles, you son of a bitch.
Taste the rainbow, homie.
Taste the rainbow, hey. Taste the rainbow, huh? Not that there's anything wrong with it, but taste the rainbow. Okay.
What Seattle went and did to Minnesota
At
yesterday,
the end of the day, he's just here not to be fined.
as I was saying, I think it just showed where Seattle is right now.
Obviously,
and
they don't need him.
where-
They're good.
No,
Obviously, they
they're
don't need
better
him.
off with. As a matter of fact, it's also clear that they don't need Jimmy Graham either.
Obviously not.
As a matter of fact, I think the offense functions better without Jimmy Graham
It does.
because he can't block.
Makes Baldwin a bigger part of the game. He's a good receiver, Baldwin. He can.
Yeah, he's
He gets
he's
the job.
smoked it the last 2 weeks.
Mhm.
I freaking made a mistake and put him on the bench, man, in my fantasy league, even though I
They
still
like that, you
won.
got these guys on the bench and their point total just skyrockets. They do nothing.
I know, I
You
hate
bench
that.
them, and they have a career game.
Oopsie.
I hate that. I hate that.
That's why I don't play the game.
No, it's funny though. I mean, it's fun though.
No, it's not. It's not
Fun.
fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
No, it's not. The last time I played the game, look what happened. I'm not playing the game no more.
No, that didn't happen from the game, did it?
No, I'm not
You've been
playing-
putting your head in the wrong places.
No, dude, I've been bald since I was the age of 13, dude.
Jeppy.
I've been bald a long time.
Oh, one of those bowling ball rags, dude.
That's right.
The rest they put hair.
It's a bowling ball rag.
Hey, Jamie. Screw him.
Okay, so Russell Wilson threw for 3 touchdowns, rushed for another. I mean, the guy is just amazing. I'm really pissed off at Derek Laughlin because I should have had Russell Wilson on my roster.
Well, you can talk to him on Thursday and yell at him.
Yeah, I will be letting him know on Thursday.
Oh, that's going to be a good conversation.
Yeah, exactly. I was so, man, you know what? I think I got under the weather last Thursday because I knew I was getting ready to confront Derek.
Oh, you better be confronting him
It made
this
me
week.
sick. It made me sick.
Don't get sick this week, dude.
And now I'm even sicker.
You better get used to it.
Anyway, that's water under the bridge.
That was
still
pretty
won.
funny.
I still won. Anyway, all right, next game up. This one kind of hit you a little hard, didn't it, there, Jeff? New York Jets 23, Giants 20 in overtime.
Yeah, in overtime.
Giants had a 20-13 lead.
Tom Coughlin made
Handed the ball back over.
Well, Tom Coughlin made the right call to go for it on 4th down.
Uh-huh.
I believe he made the right call. The only problem is they couldn't convert. Freaking idiots. And then they couldn't.
Well,
they couldn't stop him right there. So
Well, you know what? Why don't you share with the good people out here
What I
those
said to you
stats that
last
you told me
night?
about earlier?
what I said to you last
Yeah.
night.
Absolutely.
Oh, that the Giants have
Share
lost. The Giants are 0-5 when winning a game with 2 minutes left to go in the game. Oh,
When losing a game.
When losing a game? No. When winning a game, they're 0-5, which means they didn't win the 5 games
okay.
when they're winning.
A game that they were leading in.
Yeah, the Giants
In
have
the last
lost
2
5 games when they're leading in the last 2 minutes.
Ouch.
Now here's a better stat for you. Giants have lost 4 games when leading in the last minute of a game. That's even worse.
Yeah.
And even if they won just, say, half of those 4 games too, guess who would be leading the division?
They'd be running away with the division right
Exactly.
now if they won
need-
half those games.
They need to learn how to close. That's their biggest problem this year is they don't know how to close out football games.
Well, I mean, they let Ryan
Everybody
Fitzpatrick
back in. Everybody.
They let Ryan Fitzpatrick Okay. Take the ball downfield. I mean, 4:24 left in regulation. The Giants had a 10-point lead.
Yeah, I know.
With 4 minutes to go. That's just not.
With 2 minutes to go, they were still leading the game.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm off the hook again.
I'm gonna put it out there. I ain't no owl, but I'm gonna go put my feet out on a limb.
Who?
I ain't no owl.
Who?
But I'm gonna put my feet on. Yeah. Who? Yeah. If the Giants don't make the playoffs, Tom Coughlin's gone.
I don't know. So
bold prediction.
I could see Spagnuolo getting let go, defensive coordinator, because their passing defense is number 30.
Wait a second. Tom Coughlin has shown some of the worst clock management by a coach this season.
True. But
this is why they lose. This is why they lose the games in the last 2 minutes.
Who are you going to bring in?
It doesn't matter. It's at this point in time, again, sometimes it takes a facelift to change things.
Go freaking bring back Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes. But right now, Tom Coughlin is costing that team more than he's helping that team.
You know that defense? That defense is number 35 out of 32 teams. That's how bad it is.
Well, it wasn't any good before Spagnuolo came back.
Correct. But it should have gotten better.
They are decimated in the secondary.
They're terrible.
Okay.
They're terrible.
Their defensive line consists of one guy with 3 fingers.
They're terrible, man.
And come on, they just don't have the defense to stack up.
They're freaking terrible.
And a lot of times, you know what? That's not the coordinator's issue. That's management's issue from bringing in crappy talent.
Correct.
So
that's who's the GM? Who's that? Tisch?
But if you look at it, you just said 5 games they've lost in the last 2 minutes.
Correct. One leading.
Okay. That's bad clock management.
That's also bad defense. It means they can't
clock management, because if he runs down that clock, the other team doesn't have a chance to do what they do. This is what I'm saying.
Correct.
Clock management is the responsibility of 2 people.
It's a combination
the quarterback and the coach.
It's a combination of both, I think, because if their defense can't stop the other team from scoring.
But if their defense didn't have as much time to stop them or need as much time to stop them, okay, then it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, but still, if your defense
you got to take the time off the clock to give the defense. Yeah, sure, the defense didn't stop them. But you know what? If half the time was gone off that clock when the defense went on the field, the Jets probably don't take that ball down the field.
Defense got it backed up on the goddamn 2-yard line, and they couldn't stop them. That's terrible. It's terrible. It's disgusting. They're ranked 35 out of 32 teams.
Right now, the New York Giants, along with 3 other teams, need to be grateful to the gods above for the fact that they're in the most putrid NFL division I've ever seen.
Which used to be the best.
When it used to be a dynasty type division.
Correct. Now it's just a putrid
it was powerhouse.
Now it's just a putrid piece of crap.
Now it's just a freaking punchline.
It's a lot like that AFC South we were just looking at with the Titans and everything.
Oh, they're actually better than the NFC.
Better than the NFC.
They got 2 teams at 500.
Right. Yeah. And 2 teams way below 500.
And then you got 2 teams leading the division, 3 teams tied for the division with 2 games under 500.
5 and 7. Yeah, that's right here. Look at that.
That's
5 and 7, 5 and 7.
Yes, NFC least.
And the Cowboys are so bad. They're only 1 game back at 4-8.
Can you imagine that
ball game right there?
You're 4-8, and you're only 1 game away from the division lead.
Correct.
Cowboys 4-8, like we going to the Super Bowl.
That's why they haven't put Tony Romo on IR, because they're thinking that they could sneak in.
Oh, he's class.
But you know what? They got to go to Green Bay this week.
Correct.
Matt Castle is not sneaking past Green Bay the way he sneaked past Washington.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's not going to happen.
No.
Not at all. Okay. So we just get that right out there. It's not going to happen. Next game up.
You were saying?
Pretty much predictable.
You were saying?
About?
I'm looking at New Orleans. We're looking at the schedule, at the rankings. I'm going, you're saying New Orleans, Sean Payton, is 1 year, 4-8? See ya!
He's in with ownership.
I don't care who he's in with.
At least 2 more for Payton.
He's not going back. He's gone.
He's gone.
Wow.
Look, here's what's going to happen.
He's okay.
They're not going to want to bring Drew Brees back either.
Correct. And he's going to leave.
He's getting old.
Because he don't want to start fresh with
He's on his way out. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. So this is why Peyton will wind up going somewhere else where he could take Drew Brees and get a couple more years out.
Zane is a huge Cowboys fan. I bet you that show tomorrow, when Zane and Tony do their show tomorrow, oh my God, that's gonna be
send me a reminder. Send me a reminder because I always forget.
That's going to be a Cowboy fest.
I'm so tied up during the day, I forget that on their show.
You didn't pick them.
You didn't pick your own team?
Oh, way to go! Didn't they deserve to win if you did? Maybe you should stop picking them. Maybe they'll win more. There's few things more blasphemous than a Cowboys fan picking against them, especially with the Washington Redskins. Right. I picked Washington to win that game, but I really wanted Dallas to win because I knew it would help the Giants out. So I was okay with Dallas winning.
Never is a long time. They won last night.
Right. Hey, Josh. Right.
But, next game up, Arizona, predictably pounced all over St. Louis, 27-3.
Just like we thought.
I mean, how could you think otherwise?
St. Louis is going down the wrong way. What's up with that?
It's another weird division.
Well, like I said, Jeff Fisher's another one that's on the hot seat.
West. Yeah.
Jeff Fisher's on the hot seat
4-8.
too.
How many years has he been there?
What, 3?
3 years? 3 years?
Who?
Fisher in St. Louis? That's not enough time yet.
They're not.
A lot of these management people are not having the patience anymore.
I don't think he's on the hot seat yet.
No, he's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Fisher's fine.
I think so. I think Sean Payton. I think Sean Payton's on the hot seat.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I think you're wrong there.
Whatever, dude.
You know what? I think you got your
ass out.
I think you have your contrarian conscience sitting next to you.
I say I don't give a shit what he thinks.
Not you're guilty. You're contrarian.
It makes for a good show, huh?
I don't care what he thinks, to tell you the truth. He's only here every once in a while.
No, there's others. I'm saying Peyton has brought hardware to the Crescent City.
How many years ago?
Brought hardware. He brought a lot of money. He rebuilt the dome. He rebuilt.
Okay, time to move on.
The dome was already there. What do you mean you built the dome? The dome was already there.
Time to move on, you basket case.
Somebody else is going somewhere before Peyton. Put it that 2 coaches will have different jobs before Peyton this year.
Well, that's already happened.
I'm talking about from now on.
It's already happened.
Remains to be seen.
McCoy, I think, is gone in San Diego.
I don't think he's gone in San Diego because they've had too many injuries.
Coach to move north with.
They've had too many.
Who's gone in San Diego?
McCoy. I don't think he's gone in San Diego because they've had too many injuries.
Injuries.
Well, he should have got out.
Injuries. See what happens when you come around? I can't talk.
That's okay. I make you nervous. That's all right.
Yeah, rots a rock with that.
That's he's messing with the left side of your brain.
That's right. Rots a rock.
Oh, by the quarter, what was that? Your ego, your guilty conscience.
Manning ending career with Saints bold prediction. Manning's done this year. So is Drew. Drew Brees.
Drew Brees.
Okay, Drew Brees for the quarterback that stinks.
Leave Brees alone.
Manning should try some of that.
Leave him alone. He's a very good quarterback.
Who?
He's still got it.
Who? Drew Brees?
Yeah, he's okay.
No, he does not. No. Drew Brees is almost done.
Two more years out of Brees too.
Well, I'll tell you something. When Sean Payton leaves, Drew Brees ain't sticking around to have to deal with a new quarterback, with a new head coach.
Although I may sound like it, I'm not a Saints fan.
You're acting like it.
No, I'm just.
Yeah, you bolster up these teams and then you follow it with, well, really, I'm not a fan of the team, but yet you sound like nothing but a fan.
I'm just giving my opinion. I think Brees and Peyton are both stable. They'll leave New Orleans when they're ready.
And they're ready. They're ready.
Did we? Hey, Elliot, did we miss the Marco Polo Drew Febreze contest?
Which one was that?
I don't know. Did they play each other this year and we didn't get to see it?
Philadelphia and New Orleans?
Yeah, Drew Febreze and Marco Polo Sanchez.
No, I don't know if they played together, but
Drew Febreze, you know that Febreze stuff that you spray to get rid of the odor in your room?
Deodorant spray.
Right. Yeah, Drew Febreze for the quarterback that stinks.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's the new tagline, Josh. Hashtag Drew Febreze for the quarterback who stinks.
Drew Febreze. Febreze.
That's right. You tell him, Elliot. That's great right there.
All right, next game up, Atlanta at Tampa Bay. We kind of predicted that one. Nobody went with Atlanta, and Atlanta did not disappoint.
No, of course not.
As they lost 23-19. Now, I picked that game. I got the point spread right. I picked the final in that game to be 27-23. They just didn't score enough.
They just
not my fault. They can't score.
I know.
You know,
they
but
score enough.
Yeah, 23-19.
That's funny. Matt Ryan is horrible. Matt
Ryan is terrible. He's
terrible.
He's horrific.
He's got to try. He's got to try some Febreze, some Drew Febreze out because he is a quarterback that stinks.
All right. Now, before we get to how many games I got left on here? 1, 3, 7, 3, 7. Before we get to these last 7 games, let's go ahead and get into our last update.
This update is brought to you by the Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com. Never, ever touch your toilet seat ever again. It's the Flipper, and it's at flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Elliot, with the final update of the day.
Hey, thank you very much, Jeff. It is now 30 minutes past the hour of 7 p.m. here in the East, which just happens to make it 4 p.m. out there in the West. For all you in the Central Mountain and Atlantic time zones, we said it before, we'll say it again. Figure it out for yourself because that's not what we do here. With that minor detail out of the way, here is the final SWR update of the day. In the NBA, current action going on shows Portland in Cleveland up 25-17 with 7 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Out in Indianapolis, the Indiana Pacers are hosting the Golden State Warriors, and it got ugly right from the start. 1:09 left in the first quarter. The Golden State Warriors are up 40-24. 40 points with a minute to go in the first quarter. Go figure. Those guys are ridiculously good. Next, there's a game starting here shortly between Houston and Brooklyn in New York. Oklahoma City will be traveling to Memphis. Orlando will be facing the Denver Nuggets. And on NBA TV, the doubleheader game, Utah at Sacramento. In the National Hockey League, the Islanders are facing off or are playing the Philadelphia Flyers in Philly, and with 8:23 to go in the first period, the score is 2-1 Islanders. With 5:54 remaining in the first, in Columbus, the Los Angeles Kings and the Columbus Blue Jackets are tied at 0, and just getting underway, the Detroit Red Wings are facing the Washington Capitals in the nation's capital. Games getting ready to begin. The New Jersey Devils at the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Ottawa Senators visiting the Florida Panthers, and the Arizona Coyotes will face off against the St. Louis Blues. And later on tonight at 8:30, the Nashville Predators will face off against the Chicago Blackhawks. All right, boys and girls, that's the second and final update, and it has been brought to you by the Flipper. What is the Flipper, you ask? The Flipper is the sanitary toilet seat device that eliminates the need for you to touch your toilet ever again. Or toilet seat, should I say. And with the holidays rolling in, the Flipper would make a great and thoughtful gift or stocking stuffer for anyone. You too can own the Flipper exclusively by visiting flipperflipper.com. So go on there now and order yours today. Boys and girls, this wraps up the final SWR update of the day with your co-host, me, Elliot Big E Lumba, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com, where we deliver real sports talk for real sports fans. Before I send it back to the San Diego studio, we want to give a shout out once more to our phone guest, senior writer, editor for TitansOnline.com, Mr. Jim Wyatt. Now back to you, Jeff, in San Diego with more of Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. We do the show each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. in the East, 3 p.m. in the West. If you live anywhere else, figure that crap out for yourself, because Ellie and I ain't doing it. He's got the East Coast. I got the West Coast covered. We ain't figuring it out for nobody. Really quick, Ellie and I are working on our holiday schedule because I know the holidays are coming up, and we pretty much got it squared away. We'll let you guys know that by Friday, by the end of the week, to let you guys know what our holiday schedule will be, because holiday season is coming upon us. So we're going to let you know what that is. It's actually looking pretty good. I'm kind of enjoying it. We're only going to be taking a couple of days off here and there, and it's going to be kind of fun. So we're working that out. We're going to get that all done, and we'll let you guys know by Friday. All right, let's finish up the games, my friend.
Absolutely. We kind of discussed it briefly with Mr. Wyatt, and once again, the Tennessee Titans, thanks to an 87-yard touchdown run by Marcus Mariota, defeated Blake Bortles and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
One more game, baby.
42-39. That leaves Jeff with the magic number of 1 and clinching that steak dinner that he has a bet on.
That's right.
So Jacksonville would have to go 4-0 the rest of the way in order for Jeff to eat crow.
And I don't see that happening.
Instead of steak.
That's right. I don't see that happening.
Not
one bit. No, I don't see them winning 4 in a row.
Really?
I see me eating a nice steak dinner, but I don't see them win 4 in a row.
I don't see them winning 2 in a row.
What are they? They're sitting at what? Where are they? Sitting at 4. They're sitting at 4-8. They're gonna win 4 in a row to be 8-8. That ain't gonna happen.
Hey, out in Oakland, Jeremy Maclin had 2 touchdown catches after fourth quarter interceptions, and Tyvon Branch returned a 3rd interception from Derek Carr for a game-clinching score against his former team, the Kansas City Chiefs. A rally for their 6th straight win, 34-20 over the Raiders.
Was he going to send you a gift card?
Yeah. The Raiders are starting to look like the Raiders. Okay. They basically just got waxed by the Kansas City Chiefs. 34-20. I mean, the Raiders, they showed signs of life earlier this season. I just don't think they have the guns to do much more than what they've done.
No.
So,
Josh, who you say 4-12? The Jacksonville Jaguars? You bet your sweet petunia. Steak dinner, here I come.
Yeah, you'll have your steak dinner by the end of the week, I think.
Yeah, steak dinner, here I come, man. You can just send me over to the Outback Steakhouse, which is right down the road from my house. I'll eat my steak dinner right there.
You know what, Josh? I totally agree with that statement. The Chiefs are playing really good. If they can get Justin Houston back, they might be unstoppable.
Depending on where that game is, though.
Yeah, that too.
If that game's in Kansas City, I give Kansas City a really, really good chance.
Let's keep in mind Charles has been out, is done. You know,
yeah, but look what they've been doing, though.
But you know what? They got 2 better running backs running now.
Look what they've been doing, though.
They got to get a wild card because Denver's running away with the West.
That's fine. But their defense is the key. And if they get Justin Houston back, then there's no scoring on that Kansas City team when that guy's playing.
Mm-hmm.
So bottom line is, you know what? This Charkandrick West and Spencer Ware, they've come in and made it seem like Jamal Charles never played in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm. They've certainly helped forget about him.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. So being that he has had so many issues with injuries, could he be expendable at the end of this year for Kansas City?
I think it depends on how well he heals.
I think you sell him high.
No, how well he heals.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is, I think if he heals, you trade him for high value.
Okay? Yeah, see, just
before he winds up getting injured again.
Yeah, see what you can get for him. Yeah, absolutely.
See what you can get for him.
Hey, I'm looking at the playoff picture right now. Okay. Do you know with Seattle beating Minnesota, knocked them out of the playoffs? Knocked Minnesota right out of the playoffs.
They wouldn't get a wild card?
Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. They moved with Seattle beating them. They moved the Vikings over. So if the Redskins get the win, they'll have to play the Redskins in Washington. That's what happened. So right now it's sitting Seahawks and Packers in a wild card game. And Vikings and Redskins.
There's two.
And Vikings and Redskins in the other wild card game.
Well, I mean, there's still 4 weeks to go.
Right.
So.
As of right now, though.
Yeah.
You know, which is.
I see Kansas City as a real danger in that AFC because
they're playing the Colts.
They're sneaking up
right now in the wild card game. Right now, if the season were to end today, the Jets and the Patriots would be playing each other in the playoffs.
In the wild card.
In the wild card game.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs and the Colts will be playing in the wild card.
In the other one.
Hey, can you imagine that? Patriots in a wild card game.
Yeah. In the wild card game. How about that?
Because the Broncos beat them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I think they still win the division. They don't play.
But
they'll still play in the wild card series because
Ellie and I both know that Denver and the Bengals are playing each other. What is that? Week 16?
Week 16, I believe.
That's
Week
going to be a real decide. That's going to
be the decision. Oh yeah.
That's going to be that game's in Denver.
That game is going to decide who gets the first.
And it's on Monday Night Football, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's game of the year.
That's going to be the game that decides the first seed in the AFC.
Hey, Robert, what's up, my friend?
Game of the year implications.
Hey, Robert.
All over it.
Yeah, that's going to be that's going to be the game right there that decides the number one seed, and whoever loses that game, unless New England don't win no more, could be the 2 or 3.
Hey, Robert, do me a favor. Jump in the box real quick. I want to ask you a question.
Uh-oh. Boy, he did that really quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He was just waiting.
How's your voice?
Are you talking again?
It's up and down. I just tweeted. I got my daughter gave me my Hanukkah gift tonight.
Oh,
a little mug that says All American Dad. So I said it's probably perfect for the tea and honey.
There you go.
goes hand in hand, right?
12 and 4, Elliot. I had a great week.
Yeah, you picked up some games.
I picked up 3 games on Gerald. He's only 2 ahead of me now.
Now, here's the thing. Did you get my direct message?
Oh, that he's feeling the heat?
Well, not just that, but he's claiming that I'm giving you credit for 2 more games than you actually have.
I told him, let's go back to all of them because I have actually went
and
back.
I told him the same thing. He called me yesterday.
He backed off.
And after I told him that you had gone over the videos, and if necessary, I'll go over them. A little while later, he's like, hey, wait a minute, I got to go do something. I'll call you back. I never heard from him again.
No, he's traveling and he's doing a lot of stuff, but
he's feeling the heat. That's his problem.
That's 2 weeks in a row. I've gained 5 games in 2 weeks on him.
What happens if the self-proclaimed greatest finishes last?
By a 9-year-old. No.
I'll call it a combo. So,
but the funny part is, I'm gaining ground on Morgan.
Even if it wasn't your 9-year-old.
But Elliot,
the kind of ground that you're gaining on him,
but I'm gaining on Morgan now too.
He's feeling it.
Morgan better be careful.
Yeah, that's a bit ambitious, but I don't think I think you'll catch Gerald. I'm not sure about Morgan.
Morgan was only 7 in front of me. Now he's only 3.
When I was 10 and I'm only 8. So,
but I'm saying Morgan is getting in sight. I want to get Gerald behind me, and then Morgan's next.
I think you might be out of time to catch me, but that's cool. You can finish.
Hey, if I could get 3 a week on people, I can catch anybody.
Yeah, you won't get 3 a week on me.
Dallas, baby. Dallas.
Maybe Gerald.
You guys all made fun of me in my Dallas pick.
Hey, you know what? In the end, I was actually rooting for you to win because I was willing to take the loss so you could pick up another game on Gerald.
Yes, Raina, you picked Dallas. I got yelled at.
I was willing to take the loss just to see you win.
Right.
Well, I had 2 on him. It was just an extra.
Yeah, Gerald is a lost cause.
And I wanted
whenever he
to
feels
win
the heat.
Because that'll help out the Giants, and that's exactly what happened.
Whenever he feels the heat or things aren't going his way, Gerald likes
but
to
you know what the
backpedal.
scary part is? Philadelphia could win now. Nobody's looking at that. No, but everybody was like, Philly sucks. They can't do anything. Then they go into Foxborough and not beat them. They whipped them.
You know what? That's the one time out of 10 that would happen.
I know, but that could give them enough confidence to start doing something.
But you see, it still doesn't change the fact that their offense sucks. That was all special teams. What happened that game?
I know, but you never know.
Well, Philly's not a contender. Philly might win that division by default, but they'll be kicked out in the first round like the crappy team that they and the rest of that division.
And so will Giants.
That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't matter who comes out of there.
Doesn't matter who comes out of that division. They're done in the first round.
Right.
I'm just wondering, who's New England playing this week?
New England's playing in Houston.
And you want to know something? The way New England's playing right now? I would not be surprised if Houston beats them.
Correct.
Gronk will be out again this week.
Well, they said it's pretty iffy, but they were pretty sure he wasn't going to play.
Yeah, well, he's already been determined out in fantasy leagues, so yeah, I don't think he's playing this week. So Scott Chandler steps in again. Hey, he got me 16 fantasy points last week. I couldn't complain.
And I'm trying to remember who the Jets play again this week.
They play Tennessee.
Yeah,
at home. We just had a Tennessee writer on the show at 6:45 your time talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a Tennessee writer on talking about it and everything today.
So you saw who's joining me in San Diego and
no, I haven't.
County for my speaking?
No, who?
Vicky Fitch.
Oh, great.
And Joel Comm.
Oh, they're coming to San Diego with you?
Both of them.
Wow, great.
It's going to be me, Vicky, and Joel in Orange County and San Diego.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
I can't imagine the Snapchats and the blabs and the periscopes that are going to happen from that.
Oh, my God. That's going to be awesome right there. That's going to be a lot of fun right there.
All right, the 5 games remaining.
Go for it.
Denver at San Diego. Final there. Ho-hum, 17-3.
Yeah. Next. San Diego's done. They're playing.
No talk?
No, because they're finished. They got 1 million people hurt. They're moving to freaking L.A.
But now the discussion comes in. Brock Osweiler's 3-0, isn't he?
Yeah.
He played the Chargers. Let's say 2-0.
Well, he played the Patriots too.
Yeah,
he played.
He rose to the occasion,
and he played the Bears too.
Who do they play next?
In the record books, it counts as 3.
Correct.
I mean, pencil him in to finish. If he's not broke, they're not going to fix him. And I don't know.
They're talking Peyton's coming back.
Well,
I'm telling you right now, if he keeps winning, Peyton ain't coming back.
He fits well for that Kubiak.
They can't bring him back if he's winning.
John Elway makes that decision, and I believe that he will stick with Peyton Manning.
Well, Oakland's coming into Denver this week.
Yeah, he won't be back probably till about week 16.
As long as
that's the Cincinnati game.
Yeah, that's when he should be back for the Cincinnati game.
That's the Cincinnati game. That game's going to be a monster game right there. Both of them are still undefeated.
You know what's going to be the monster game is this coming weekend.
What?
Cincinnati and Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a good game.
It's a must-win for Pittsburgh.
Where is it?
I don't know where that one is, actually.
It's in Cincinnati.
It's in Cincinnati.
It's going to be a huge game because Pittsburgh's come alive back on offense. As long as Antonio Brown doesn't run into any more posts.
They played the Colts.
How's Roethlisberger? Is he healthy?
Yeah,
Roethlisberger went off last night.
He's fine. Go off, that's why I'm asking.
He went off on Sunday night.
He had concussion or something else?
Yeah, concussion and an ankle and this and that. He's like the MASH 4077.
Correct.
That boy is
exactly.
He's a poster child for MASH.
Exactly.
Hey, shut that phone off.
Raina, it's your mother.
Exactly.
Hold on.
All right.
Here.
Let's go, Elliot.
Hello.
That takes care of that problem.
He's gone. Elliot took care of that.
Mom,
See you later, Robert. Anyway, now back to the show. You want to ask a guy one question and he wants to come in and take over the show. Not happening, Robert. Anyway, Philadelphia, 35, New England 28. Shocker of probably the season at this point. nobody in their right mind that didn't live in the Philadelphia area picked that game.
Even if you did live in Philly, you probably didn't pick that game.
Exactly.
So,
but I'm sure there might be 2 or 3 people in Philly that would be loyal that way. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was just. I mean, first thing, you know what? I got a problem with Tom Brady. Do you ever see him run? You ever see his legs below the knee? It looks like he's wearing leggings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's just the way he's built, the way he moves.
No. It looks like he's wearing leggings, like he wants to try out for flash dance or some shit.
Maybe his wife recommended him, said he looked pretty in them.
Maybe he's getting ready. Maybe he's getting ready for Dancing with the Stars. Why don't you man up and take the damn things off? Maybe he's getting ready for Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, you've seen him in public in his mink coats and his mittens. He's very in touch with that side of himself.
Screw.
Oh, you got a hostile guest in the room there, Jeff.
Screw him. I agree with him.
I think he's a cheater.
But yeah, I mean, you know, hey, they won the game. They stayed in their division race, which, I mean, if you want to call it a division, sure. I call it an assortment of bad football.
Yes,
sitting in the NFC least.
Correct.
Yep.
So, okay, next game up. Boy, I tell you what, if you ever wind up in New Orleans, you know there's going to be a shootout. Okay, 41-38, Carolina over the New Orleans Saints.
That was an exciting ball game. I was watching that one.
Yes, it was. And Cam Newton scoring 50 fantasy points for me didn't hurt.
I had him on a team too. Yeah, it was nice. Matter of fact, I had my choice of him or Wilson.
Oh, you couldn't. You know what? At that point, you got to wish you had a 2 quarterback league going, right?
Correct.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I have 200
over 90 points.
200
Exactly.
fantasy points. You know?
I'm thinking about switching my league over 2 quarterbacks next year.
To me, that's too much.
No, I don't know. It depends if you like playing just regular or if you like the old pinball effect. You know what I mean?
I don't even play.
So many points until it tilts. You know what I mean?
Right. Rolls over.
Okay. In a whitewash last night.
Hey, Amy.
Pittsburgh 45, Indianapolis 10.
That was a joke.
That was a
joke.
And here's the worst part. Charlie Whitehurst might start this week because Hasselbeck is hurt.
Charlie Whitehurst.
Charlie Whitehurst,
former San Diego Charger backup.
Yeah,
former
clipboard carrier for the Chargers.
Former clipboard carrier for this team, former clipboard carrier for that team, former clipboard carrier for this team.
Yeah, he's going to go to the Clipboard Hall of Fame, that's for sure.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Whenever they erect one of those.
Yes. I have a little freaking thing over his. Yeah, exactly.
Man, that game, you know what?
On the sidelines.
Antonio Brown gave me a bunch of points. I'm good with that. You know, a lot of these games that were kind of messed up and I didn't really care for, I got good fantasy points out of it. So.
Well, there you go.
There you go. See, that's why I can't show allegiance to any teams in the NFL because I love the points too much. Anyway, the last game, and it was last night's game. We've talked about it. It's a nauseum basically, and Dallas pulls to within 1 game of a division that is led by 3 teams that are 2 games under 500.
It's an awesome division you got there, kids.
If that doesn't say the entire division is a combined 10 games under 500.
Hey, Josh, I don't care if the Colts miss the playoffs as long as the Jacksonville Jaguars don't make it.
We're talking steak here.
That's right. 8-10. That's right.
Think about that. That whole division is 10 games under 500.
The division sucks. That's why it's called the NFC least. And any team that comes out of that division, don't matter whether they have a home game or not, they're getting smoked.
And you know what? The AFC South has the identical deficit, 10 games.
So maybe they should put those two Too bad the AFC South and the NFC East is in two separate divisions. They could just play each other and knock them off.
The Chargers need to move over there so they can go to the playoffs. They'd still be in it, dude.
They're moving up north. They're going to stay in the AFC West.
Move them to North San Diego.
Move them to East. Move them to El Centro and call them the freaking El Centro something or other. You know?
Last night's game was awful, as I mentioned earlier. I mean, I didn't know what happened in the game because when I woke up, ESPN was having their post-game show. And I had to sit there and wait for one of those
schmucks to say who won.
Idiots to tell me what the frickin' score was.
Yeah, I know.
Because all Trent Dilfer wants to do is ride, what's his name, Ray Lewis's jock all day. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Those three guys right there.
And Steve Young still hasn't recovered.
Yeah, from a concussion. Steve Young, Dilfer, and Lewis. They suck.
You'll like it.
They're terrible, man. You know what? It almost forces me to go watch Charles Barkley.
Hey, for commentators, they make great football players, don't they?
Terrible, man.
Good thing pretty little Susie Culver sits there with them. At least you can look left. Shit.
Josh, you're absolutely right. Josh says Trent Dilfer is the exact reason as to why no former athlete should be a broadcaster.
Absolutely.
Yep.
He reminds me of JBL.
He's terrible, man. It drives me nuts.
And then Steve Levy doesn't add any anything to the picture.
And they think they're so funny. That cracked me up. No, you're not. Get the hell off the field.
You guys are awful, man.
I got a better idea. Go home and spend some time with your family. Isn't that the excuse you used to retire for?
I like Gruden and the guys on the Monday Night Football. Tirico. Those guys are funny.
Yeah, I like that crew. I could do without Keyshawn. I could do without Keyshawn.
Oh, I think I'm going to retire and spend time with my family.
I actually think NFL.
What the hell are you doing on TV?
I actually believe that the NFL Network has better commentators, and broadcasters than
they're all
ESPN.
Terrible.
And Mooch and them.
They're all terrible because they're all scripted. They all suck. They don't say none of them say what they believe because they're all scripted. So it's
there's certain rules and regulations that keep them that
crap.
So
if
you don't want to play by the rules, then you got to be like us.
Exactly. That's why I will never be on any of those shows because they won't let me say what I want to say. They're going to force me to say what they want, and that don't work for me. And neither does it work for Elliot.
Well, let's see how many zeros there's at the end of that contract.
It's okay. You can do it.
I mean, depends on how many zeros. I mean, if it's less than 3 or
selling
5,
your soul.
I got
selling your soul, aren't you, buddy?
I'm not selling my soul.
Selling your soul, man.
Not selling my soul at all.
Yes, you are. That's right. You're selling your soul, just like some other people I know.
I'm holding out for my family. That's
just like for other people I know. Leave for the money. Just selling their soul. You know?
Oh, the Yankees just got Starlin Castro?
Yeah, and whatchamacallit went to the Braves. Ben Zorps. Yeah. Zorpsy went to the Braves.
No, he went to the Cubs.
To the Cubbies.
Well, that's a no-brainer. He went to go play with Joe Madden.
Yeah, he went to the Cubbies to go play with Madden. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. So he won a World Series.
In Tampa.
He won a World Series, and he's out of there. Won the World Series with Kansas City. Now he's going to go to the Cubbies. And you know what? On that note, we're getting the flock out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. We had a lot of fun.
Okay.
I hope you guys did too. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow we got John Marks, 97.5, the Fanatic, coming in talking Phillies, Eagles, football, and a whole bunch of other sports as well. And on Thursday, we got Derek Laughlin coming in talking fantasy football. And on Friday, it's just little old me and Elliot doing our awards and having a whole bunch of stuff, having a whole bunch of fun. So join us tomorrow.
Oh, WWE on Friday.
That's right, WWE on Friday. That's right, don't forget about that. And join us tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. Until then, my friends, remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. For Elliot.
Later, bitches.
Pascal. That's my buddy Jeff. For John, for Jim Wyatt, this is Sports World Radio. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to Sports World Radio with your hosts, Jeff Escow and Elliot Big E Lomba. Online at sportsworldradio.com. Sports World Radio, the equal opportunity ripper. We'll catch you next time.